Here's a story from Levi Yitzchak of Braditchev. Rabbi Levi of Braditchev was very good friends with the first Rebbe of Chabad. And I think it was his daughter married the second Rebbe of Chabad's son, or the other way around. It was the son or the daughter. Anyway, so they were like family. It was very close to the first Rebbe. But his way of serving God was a little bit different. He saw good in everything. So I'll tell two short stories. One story is that he and the first Rebbe of Chabad and another rabbi, a great rabbi, Rabbi Pinchas of Koretz, I don't know, a great rabbi. So they were saying, what would you do if you were God? So Levi Yitzchak said, if I was God, I would make the world that there was only good for the Jews. There wouldn't be any trouble whatsoever, no pain, no difficulties. That's what I would do. He said, what about you? He said, if I was God, I would make it that everybody could easily understand the Torah. Every Jew would want to do the commandments and learn the commandments. And if I was God, that's what I would do. And they asked the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, what would you do? He said, if I was God, I would do exactly what God is doing. I would do exactly what God is doing now. What does it mean? There shouldn't be good to the Jews. It shouldn't be. Of course it is. And God also wants it to be. But the only way the Jews will really benefit is if all these terrible things are going on. That makes no sense whatsoever. It says, yeah, that's what God is doing. God knows what he's doing. In other words, God knows what he's doing. That's one story. Levi Yitzchak Braditchev. If I was God, I would do what God wants. That's what the first Rebbe of Chabad said. Another story, Levi Yitzchak Braditchev. He always tried to see the good thing. He saw a man one day was walking down the street, and he saw a Jewish man that in the middle of the prayers, Shmon Esrei, in the middle of the prayers, as he went out, and he suddenly realized that he had a job to do. He was a wagon driver, and then he had to prepare the wagon. So he went out in his tefillin, in his talit. He went out and he got grease, and he started greasing the wheels of his wagon, which was a very dirty thing, and it was a very not, how do you say, not honorable to the tefillin. He was wearing tefillin. It's a sign of God on his head, and he's greasing up at least take the tefillin off, right? Take them off. No, he stopped his prayers in the middle, and the wheels of his wagon were more important than davening to God. And he said, he lifted up his hands and said, God, look at your holy people. He said, even when they grease the wagon wheels, even when they're doing the most mundane things, they still have the tefillin on their head. They put on tefillin on their head every moment of the day. He didn't say that a person with tefillin on his head, he's doing this low thing. Exactly the opposite. Even the Jew, when they do the low things, nevertheless, they're thinking about God. They have the tefillin on their head. In other words, see only good in others. But the first story tells us that we also have to have patience. We have to do as much good as we can. The world has a lot of not good in it, and it's there as a challenge, as an opportunity to us to transform that bad into good. Have a good day with Mashiach now. See you all tomorrow. Thank you for coming.